Alright guys, this is Alan recording another comprehensive Magic the Gathering online video. It seems like today we will be looking at some more Modern Horizons draft. Just deciding to do Magic the Gathering online over Magic the Gathering Arena simply because I love the Modern Horizons format and it's about to begin. So hopefully our pack 1, pick 1 should be good. And what did we open? Pack 1, pick 1. We open Ayula's Influence, which can be pretty good in the red-green lands matter in the graveyard deck. However, triple green is a bit difficult, hard to cast. Looking at the uncommons, there's Thundering Jin, which is excellent in the red blue draw 2 deck. But obviously it is double colored, but it can be a really powerful card if you play it in the blue-red deck. The file is excellent as a great uncommon and would as a great common and would be probably be my first pick. Other good commons include the Trumpling Herd, which between Trumping Herd and Defile, they are both very close. In terms of color preference, I'm leaning towards black a little bit more, and this is just a little bit cheaper. It's solid efficient removal. Otherwise, what other cards are in this pack? Moonblade Shinobi is great for the ninjutsu deck. Fairy Seer as well. But for now, I don't mind taking a single color card over a dual color card like Thundering Jin. Otherwise, it's between really Thundering Jin, Defile, and the Trumping Herd. Alright, and second pack, Unsettled Mariner is not all that amazing, even though it is rare and it is in 2 colors. Usually the opponent can usually just having the opponent pay 1 colorless for a spell or ability is not all that exciting, and a 2/2 body isn't all that great. There's some good commons. Mana War stands out as the probably one of the best commons in this draft, and it'll probably be my pick here. There's also Mother Bear as an excellent 2-drop. Putrid Goblin can be pretty excellent in the red-black Goblins deck. But by far the best card in this pack is the Mana War. Also to note, a Cycle land is also in this pack as well, which is pretty good in limited since these lands do help you prevent flood sometimes. So I think it's going to be a clear Mana War as the best card in this pack, and maybe we draft a nice blue-black ninjutsu deck again. Who knows? And looking at this pack, well, we might just be going ninjutsu. Nothing else in this pack. All that's amazing. There's an Arcum's Astrolabe if we want to be in the snow deck. Just a nice way to fix your colors, and it cantrips, which is really nice. And usually some snow decks prefer to be multicolored, but have the blue-green as their solid baseline. Scale up can be pretty good if you're in the if you're going wide with green, which usually happens in the green-white archetype, but doesn't really pair well with our first 2 picks. I think I'm just going to take a Fairy Seer here. I think this card is very excellent in the ninjutsu deck. There's also Crows and Tusker, which can be fine as a way to help splash. It cycles itself, and a 6-mana 6/5 can be okay in the late game. But given that our first 2 picks are blue-black, I think the Fairy Seer is fine here. Otherwise, I don't think any other cards out here really fits well. I guess the Arkham in case will end up in blue-green, but just want to take this risk with this Fairy Seer since we took a Defile first pick. Karen Fear is also a consideration for the red-black sacrifice deck. But now we see another Defile, which is great. So yeah, this is a late Defile. It shows that black is slightly open on the right side. There's also Blizzard Strix, which can be excellent in the blue-green snow deck. Rock's Veteran is a great aggressive creature for any white deck. But yeah, just gotta take another Defile here, stay on color. Smoke Shroud and String of Disappearance are also pretty good. But Defile is by far the best card in this pack. Quite solid, and we're already playing the colors. Otherwise, if this was in the pack, I think I'd take a Blizzard Strix and maybe geared towards like a blue-green snow deck. But for now, we'll take Defile, keep it simple. And here, well, there's a Moonblade Shinobi, which is excellent for the ninjutsu deck. String of Disappearance can be fine as well. Bogarden Dragonheart is great for the red-black Goblin Sacrifice deck. But I think it's just a clear Moonblade Shinobi here as a great ninjutsu payoff card. Pairs well with our Fairy Seer. Keeps us in blue-black. So, yeah. And well, there's a second Fairy Seer, which is great, but there's also Araza Smoke Shaper. I think if we're gonna be in blue-black ninjutsu, we need to focus on our early evasive threats. Therefore, cards like the Fairy Seer are a lot more important in the blue-black ninjutsu deck. Otherwise, Igneous Elementals for the red-green land matters in the graveyard deck. Return to Extinction can be fine, pretty good in the black, red, black, white tribal decks, and it can be fine with ninjas, of course, but you do need to make sure you pick up a couple of changelings in order to get the maximum value out of this, but I think we'll take a second Fairy Seer, otherwise the Azra Smoke Shaper is close, so we'll take another Fairy Seer. And now I guess we can take an Azra Smoke Shaper here. I'm not a big fan of the Phantom Ninja, even though it is a ninja for the ninjutsu deck. Double blue can be a little bit difficult to cast sometimes. Like, I don't mind playing one copy, but two usually isn't all that amazing. Iceberg Cancrix can be fine if you want to mill the opponent, and it's definitely a powerful strategy in this set. If you pick up 3 or 4 of these and then you just play a bunch of snow lands, you can just end up milling your opponent. So I think I'll take the Azra Smoke Shaper. And here, the Aven Windcaller and the Venomous Changeling are close. Changeling does count as a ninja. It can be a pseudo removal spell in case you need it on turn 3. It's a fine playable. Windcaller Aven would also be pretty good in ninjutsu decks since it can temporarily give your ninjas flying to give some of your creatures flying and then attack, and then allows you to ninjutsu. So it's a pretty good card overall, but I think we'll just take the lower, cheaper card for our curve, because sometimes ninjutsu can be a little bit bad against opponents that are highly aggressive. And another Moonblade Shinobi passed up. Okay, so ninjas are definitely open, and we can now take in Umeza's Charm as an okay combat trick. I usually don't mind main decking one of these, and it is a little bit underrated, I think, just having a nice way to pump your creatures, get in a nice trade, or to -1/-1 a small creature, and and usually with 1 toughness is around this format. Lots of -1/-1 abilities, fine. Don't think I'll play Carrion Feeder, but in case we do end up in red-black, I might take it. And now maybe take a snow-covered swamp in case we end up with those Winter's Rest. And here, nothing playable. We'll take a cave. Who cares? And hopefully next pack we really get rewarded with some nice ninjutsu rares or uncommons. Hopefully we end up opening up a Ingenious Infiltrator, a Fallen Shinobi like our last draft, and maybe the Miss Naga Syndicate. But definitely to our right, ninjutsu is definitely open in terms of the power level. I think we managed to draft this and navigate this pretty nicely. So we'll see what we open next. And picking up all these ninjas definitely wants me to go ninjutsu, for sure. I don't think I want to move into like blue-red or blue-green snow or blue-white blink anytime soon. And looking at this pack, what do we have? There's Crypt Rats, which is definitely very powerful. It's a card that functions as a serviceable board wipe, which is very strong. But usually, if you're playing ninjas, you're playing a heavy creature archetype, so this card can be a little bit awkward at times, especially if you don't want to blow up your own board. It's definitely great against us, but I don't think it would be great for us to use it. But it can be a fine finisher, and you need to do the extra points of damage. I think the best card for us here is the Smiting Helix. Even though we're not going to flashback it for red and black, red-white, it's still a very good card. It can deal damage to any target, including the face, gain you some life. Just a solid removal spell overall. And nothing. And then there's also Magmatic Sinkhole, which is great. I think in this pack 1 pick 1, it would be pretty difficult to choose between Sinkhole, Crypt Rats, and Smiting Helix. Don't know. Maybe Smiting Helix just has more flashback potential, and we have the ability to splash it to get it going. But I don't know. It would be pretty difficult, but a clear Smiting Helix here. Here, Well, I guess this is our first whiff. This pack doesn't seem all amazing. I guess I can just take a Phantom Ninja. Best card in this pack is by far the Soul Herder. This card can be really broken if you have a lot of ETB effects, especially cards like Irregular Cohort. You can just constantly blink creatures, and this can grow and gain a million counters, and then you can re-trigger Enter the Battlefield effects, which can be really strong. The second best card is like the Irregular Cohort, which is great. Provides a lot of bodies, plays better in the tribal archetypes, has a lot of synergy. But I think it's just an okay Phantom Ninja here. Otherwise, Ward Eye Witch would be the pick for us. Um, so we'll take the Phantom Ninja. And here, I guess, don't mind a Putrid Goblin. There's also a Throat Seeker that can be pretty decent. The Putrid Goblin can be an okay 2-drop, however, it doesn't have evasion. It's better in the red-black Sacrifice deck, where you're trying to pick up lots of Goblin synergy, sacrifice the Goblins, and then supposedly, and then use them for other synergies. The Cloud Shred Sliver is a bomb in the red-white aggro tribal slivers deck. But yeah, not an exciting pack again. So don't know what I want here. Throat Seeker can be pretty decent if our ninjas are able to connect, just gaining us life. Putrid Goblin's a fine 2-drop, but I think I prefer the Throat Seeker. Just has a lot more synergy in our archetype. And here, well, another bad pack. Some good cards. Abominable Tree Folk. Lightning Skelemental is great. Guess I just take another Throat Seeker, but yeah, not looking good. And I don't think I'm playing 2 copies since 1 is usually enough, and now we can take a Smoke Shroud. There's also a late Conifer Worm. I would take it here. I mean, Snow does seem open to our left, but honestly, with our first pick, I think we just want to stick with Ninjutsu, given that everything that we passed up. None of these cards really do well in the blue-green Snow deck. So just take a Smoke Shroud here, which can be a fine one-of in these Ninja decks. And how good is the Undead Augur? I mean, it's still fine, even if it dies. It draws you a card. And also, it's a fine 2-drop. The double black can be a little bit difficult to cast, though. The Venomous Changeling can also have some synergy, but we don't really have too much synergy with the Undead Augur, to be honest. We could just take a Lonely Sandbar as a land we can cycle in case we end up flooding. Eula is also very powerful as well. Definitely plays well with a lot of the changelings and mother bears that you pick up. But I think it's a Lonely Sandbar. We might be getting cut off of ninjutsu onto our right side, and it's definitely possible, but it is what it is. Now the best card in this pack is like Rocks Veteran. Nothing here. Just take another cycle land, and interesting. Return to Extinction. How good is it? It can probably get us a few ninjas back, but that's about it. I think we'll just take a Silmscar Scavenger as a fine 5-drop we can maybe use to attack with. Here, best cards like the Endearing Sliver. I think I'll take this card just for tickets, maybe. Rank Officer can be fine, nothing special. So overall, this pack isn't all that amazing for us. We were thrown into blue-black pretty early in the draft, and that kind of didn't give us too many leeway to be open, so to speak. We had some nice, powerful snow cards being passed, and a late Cloud Shred Sliver. Okay, I'm definitely not letting this one get past. Can't believe it wheeled around the table. It should not get past, obviously, but that's not the case. Not a big fan of Hellish Spectre. The double black is a bit of an issue, but could end up playing it just because it's a flyer over the Phantom Ninja, maybe. Who knows? So hopefully the person to our right will be passing us the Great Ninjutsu cards. Because we definitely didn't get rewarded too much, and a late Rocks Veteran. So looks like red-white is definitely open. None of these matter. Okay, so we just gotta cross our fingers for on the person to our right-hand side. Hopefully they can pass up some nice, good 2-drops that we can use, like the Gluttonous Slug. Some more ways to enable ninjutsu, of course. Some powerful ninja payoffs. In terms of removal, we're fine. This is another Defile. I don't think we wanted to take anything else here. Straightforward. More removal. And, well, I guess we can take a Changeling Outcast. I think triple defiles are good enough already. Just want ways to kind of enable my ninjas to get past. And this is a nice ninja itself. So I think it's a Changeling Outcast because I do need some early creatures. And here, nothing amazing. Don't know if I need a Blizzard Strix. Don't have any snow permanents. This is pretty bad for us, though. Could just take another Silumgar Scavenger. Ransack the lab can be playable. Maybe an Archmage's Charm. Maybe we might end up playing it. Who knows? Even though the triple blue could be a little bit costly for what it does. We are playing double blue for Phantom Ninja. So, just sometimes drawing 2 cards, taking control of a 1 cost, or countering a target spell can be fine. But overall, not the most amazing ninjas deck. Don't think we have enough snow for Winter's Rest. But this pack is just so bad. Could just take a Cabal Therapist as a bad ninjutsu enabler. Sure, maybe we don't end up playing it. And another Phantom Ninja, but if there's also late Firebolt. Maybe just take the Ninja. So yeah, we're definitely not getting rewarded. This deck isn't all that great. I think we could have done better, to be honest. Don't know which direction we could have had, since these defiles were getting passed from us pretty early. I guess someone else is drafting ninjas at this table, and they just had a better deck. So, or maybe we just got very unlucky with what we got. That's definitely possible as well. And, well, yeah, this isn't great. Yeah, this is really bad. Just take another 5-drop. Maybe we don't end up playing the second one, but these packs definitely don't look great for us, and red is definitely being passed here. Opponent could just be in black, and he just had a pack with 2 good black cards, and now he's just cutting us off. Alright, at least a Smoke Shaper. We got a second one. They can kind of be 2 drops, I guess, since they ninjutsu on 2. Late Rot Widow pack. Too bad we can't splash her, but it's definitely a great card. Right. Don't think any of this matters. Well, we're picking up cards in different colors, but just not with us, so we're definitely getting cut off. But at least we found enough playables, I think. We are missing 1 card less. Could just end up playing a, I don't know, maybe Cabal Therapist, maybe as a mediocre 1-drop we can use. But overall, yeah, Blue-Black Ninjas was slowing the first pack, but the following packs just, nothing came out. So maybe the opponent opened up the Blue-Black Bomb, and we just didn't get it. So yeah, this the second pack and third pack were pretty awful for us. The only thing we picked up that was great in this pack was by far a Defile. Um, Overall, not a very good draft, but maybe we can do okay. It might just be 17 lands since we have all these cycling lands, and we'll just play all the creatures we have since the sideboard looks pretty awful. Overall, don't know what we should have been, to be honest. Um, there were a couple of good white cards, but there wasn't any settle beyond realities. Red seemed pretty open, I guess. Don't know if we should have been blue-red. We didn't see too many blue-red payoff cards, that's for sure. So overall, just a very fine deck. Nothing exciting. It's probably going to do okay, but could have been better, to be honest. At least we have a deck that can kind of tempo and curve out. And we have some decent number of removal and combat tricks, as well as an Archmage's Charm, which doesn't really play well in the blue-black ninjas deck since we're looking to be more tap out. But it can be pretty good in the late game if you need to draw some cards, force the opponent to sacrifice, etc. So 16 creatures, okay. And then all these non-creature cards. Do we need to play anything in sideboard? We have 2 Silumgar Scavengers. The Telespectre is a worse version of the Phantom Ninja. In my opinion, we're looking to be more heavy blue than anything, just to maybe cast our Phantom Ninjas and the Archmage's Charm. So, I could arguably go 10-7 if I need to ensure that we hit our Phantom Ninjas. And most of our black cards only take single black, so it shouldn't be too difficult to basically get there. So I think we want to go 10-7. We'll just go 9 islands here, and then 5 swamps. And then, yeah, we should be fine. Because I do need to cast these Phantom Ninjas reliably, in fact. I mean, it could be overkill. I think we still do it like this. And then we can save our deck, submit it, and hopefully we do well. And I think our main win condition might just be to basically kill the opponent's stuff, deal with their stuff, and basically win through our evasion through like cards like Phantom Ninja, Smoke Shrouds, giving our ninjas flying, the scavengers at the late game that can maybe get in there. So we should have a good number of removals, some okay number of enablers. And our curve is relatively low too, with the ninjas actually costing less than what they cost. But yeah, this deck could maybe just use 17 lands anyways, because there's some lands are cycling. We could discard lands to rank officer when it enters the battlefield. So gotta keep that in mind. Alright, let's begin. Alright, first opponent. Opponent won the die row, so they can choose whether they want to be on the player draw. Not to play, okay. Well, actually, no, he chooses to play. Makes sense. And I think we keep. Seems fine. We can get out our 1-drop. Maybe, I guess this is a 2-lander, but we are on the draw. And hopefully we can get our 3rd land drop. So I think this is a fine keep here. Don't think I'm sacrificing the Cabal Therapist. Could sacrifice it later to maybe check out the opponent's hand. And overall, it's an okay way to enable ninjutsu in the early game. But it's better if we're on the play, to be honest. So I guess we drew a island, which is really good. So we can definitely cast a Phantom Ninja on 3. Maybe we can ninjutsu out something next turn. That can be pretty nice to deal some damage. Opponent is playing the white-green creature fall deck. Pretty interesting. And the Moonblade Shinobi, okay. Don't think I want to sacrifice. I do want to gain the early points of damage. So we will play out a land, move to combat, attack. I guess I could go 8 swamps since I have all these defiles. They are very important, but I do need to ensure that I hit my islands at the very least. And a Frostwalla, so these are scenarios where I do want the extra swamp, so maybe I should just go 9-8. So we'll just say go. Archmage's Charm, okay. Don't think I'm sacrificing this, but we now know that he has a Frostwalla in this deck, so maybe next game we can sacrifice the Cabal Therapist and get in. So right now, let's move to combat. I think we'll attack. And do we want to ninjutsu? That's the only question. Could just play out the Phantom Ninja, to be honest. But I think we might just want to make a bird token for now, and then hopefully because I don't really want ninjutsu my Phantom Ninja. I just want to get this thing out of the way, to be honest, since it's not all that amazing. So we will cast the ninjutsu costs and bounce back the menace creature. And even then, the 1/1 bird can be way too ninjutsu. For the next ninja we managed to pick up. Just getting this extra point of damage can be very nice, and then creating a flyer to start chipping away. And the reprobation, okay. Don't mind if he wants to use a bad removal spell on a Phantom Ninja. This is only when it deals combat damage, so it just becomes a coward, and now I guess he can pump his Snowland and deal 4. Okay. The opponent is trying to race us now, makes sense. Right. And a Defile, but we don't have any swamps. Guess, don't have any ninjas on the battlefield, but if I play the Throat Seeker, it can prevent him from attacking, unless he has a good follow-up. I think the Phantom Ninja might be correct here, just so it plays well with the Throat Seeker next turn, so we're going to move to combat. Attack. And I could just use the Moonblade Shinobi to chump block next turn, since the 4 damage can add up. Does he have another reprobation here? Opponent is on the Bant colors, going 3 colors. And a Crozen Tusker, okay, fine card. And opponent tapped off a Snow permanents, so I don't mind taking 2 here. Ooh, I guess he has a Snow permanent anyways. And I think this time I will block because it kind of makes sense for him to use it since he only has 2 mana up. So I think this is fine. And we can prevent... Ooh, Unsettled Mariner, okay. Don't think I care about that card. Okay, yeah, it's fine. Here, I don't think I use my Cycle Land. I think I play it here, just to ensure that I'm kind of developing my mana base. Otherwise, I'm not gonna win if I can't cast anything. And then here we can get in for 3 and some lifelink, which is really nice. And I think I'm fine still taking 4 from the Frostwalla. He's attacking with both, but I think I'm fine taking it here. I don't see a reason to not take it. We'll just say go. Okay. And taking 4 isn't all that bad. And he didn't even pump his land, so he's definitely going to play something here. Ooh, a Conifer Worm. So Conifer Worm is going to become going to gain 3 power and 3 toughness. It's definitely a powerful card. So here, I guess I could play the Swamp and attack with both. And then if he blocks with the Conifer Worm, I can get a nice... I guess I can shrink this into a 2/2 with the Defile. I guess I can just Defile twice and kill it. That's actually not a bad idea. It is a 2-for-1, but I think it's worth doing here just to ensure that I get in there. Other ideas, we can just develop the Silmgar Scavenger, but I think double Defile gets it here, even though I could kill both of these. Just getting rid of the Conifer Worm is really nice. So we'll play one Defile. Well, let me see. Well, that's on the stack. So maybe we don't play it. Can we take it back? I guess not. Alright. So the opponent just taps out. Yeah, with triple Defile, it might be reasonable to play more than more than more than I need. So I think it's okay to maybe cut an island. I could be wrong. I do want to play these Phantom Ninjas on curve, but I guess we can maybe diversify if this is the case. We can maybe cut an island and then add a swamp since we have a Defile. So basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then yeah, I could just cut a Headless Spectre, even though this Phantom Ninja gains me life. I might get double black or double blue. I mean, it's a bit sketchy here, so maybe we still try with double Phantom Ninja and all this blue in our deck. Maybe it's still okay. Otherwise, I could just play another Throat Seeker. I don't know. This is hard. Yeah, I could just play another Throat Seeker. Sure, why not? Nah, I think I think we should be fine if we go 10-7. Maybe yeah, maybe we do add an island. But yeah, maybe it's not that great. This is hard. Let's see. Because I do want these Defiles to be a little bit better, honestly. But maybe we can get away with it. Yeah, we'll try double Phantom Ninja maybe. Or even just throw in the Throat Seeker, since it's much more easier to cast. Second Throat Seeker isn't bad. It's just hard to have our ninjas unblock unless we have these early drops that we're playing with. But this can be pretty bad if you can't cast it. But I think I'll risk it here. Just go 9-8 and just hopefully we can get double blue for our Phantom Ninjas eventually and our Archmage's Charms, and we do get it. Okay. So I think this is a fine keep since we kind of got our mana base. We don't have any early 1-drops, but we are on the draw, so we'll keep. The opponent knows that we are blue-black ninjas already, so we shouldn't care too much. Would be great if we could get a 2-drop or something next turn, or 1-drop, so I can start chipping in with this Moonblade Shinobi. And a Rhyme Stack, powerful card. Might just defile it eventually. Baron Moore could cycle this, but I think it's right to play on Island, and then we'll say go. Take 4 from the Saddle Rhyme Stag next turn, and then we can cycle this for single black. And a Rhyme Tender, that's a very good card too. Opponent is definitely playing in a very strong snow deck. Guess we'll take it. Then we will cycle this land and step. Ensure that we find playables. And this deck is a little bit bad without too much ninjutsu in the early game, so maybe this hand wasn't a good keep. Even though we did have a reliable base for this Phantom Ninja, it is a bit slow and clunky. So I think we might get punished here. I could block the Rhyme Snag, which isn't wrong. You could have a trick, but I think it's correct just because it's such a strong card. And maybe we just play out the Moonblade Shinobi next turn without ninjutsu. So yeah, I think this is fine. We can trade off a the Stag since it's so good. Now we can play 4. Could just cast a Smoke Shaper since it attacked past the Rhyme Tender. So we'll try this. And the opponent, I guess, is stuck on 2 lands too. Good to note. So trading off was probably right there. Opponent finally gets the second land. He can't untap any of them. Okay. A Erasmus, a Frostwalla, sure. Could just attack. He double blocks. Let's see. So I guess I could attack. Well, I guess it'll be blocked anyways. So I could leave up mana for the counterspell, but I think it might be correct to just develop the flyer for now to start pressuring the opponent. Could offer to trade the Frostwalla. I mean, it's not wrong. Let's see. I mean, I don't hate it. This doesn't have ninjutsu anymore. Might as well get in there for 3. And if he double blocks, killing off the Frostwalla can be pretty nice. And I can still block up the 2/2. And I should maybe attack the main phase. We'll see what the opponent has here. A Crows and Tusker to cycle. Okay, probably found a Snow Permanent to pump the Frostwalla. Don't really want to ninjutsu away the Silmgar Scavenger since it's so expensive. Okay, so he's probably going to make this into a 4/4. So he's an attack. We aren't going to block because he can make it into a 4/4. So no attacks, no blocks, I mean. He might as well pump it, I mean. Next turn we can crack back at him for 5, which can be okay. Another land, so let's play it out. Could keep up counterspell. So I guess we'll move the tax and see what happens here. If I crack back at him for 5, what happens? He's going to go down to 12. Now the question is, how do I race him? I could just ninjutsu if he decides not to block and make a 1/1 chump blocker. Maybe that's even better. And then I should have enough mana to also keep up Archmage's Charm. So yeah, maybe if I attack and he doesn't block, I'll just ninjutsu away my Smoke Shaper. Or even the Scavenger, I suppose. But the Smoke Shaper might have more utility. So we'll attack. We'll see what he does. Alright, don't know if I should have done that. Maybe I skipped it too quickly there since I was planning to use the Archmage's Charm, but we'll just say go. Because I could have made a 1/1 chump blocker, but I guess we can do that next turn if he decides to do it. The right play was to maybe just ninjutsu this one away, make a 1/1 flyer, but I guess we'll let the Frostwalla hit us for 4. And then we'll see what he tries next turn. He only attacks me for 2, okay. That's interesting. Let's see what he cast here. Definitely something big. Probably untap it with the Rhyme Tender, sure. And we're going to counter whatever he plays next. So we're definitely going to counter it. Could just play my own Scavenger or something here. I do want to make a 1/1 bird token. And maybe use it as a chump blocker. I don't hate it. Because since the opponent can maybe kill me. So we'll move the tax here. Attack, attack. Hit OK. And then obviously there's no blockers. Yeah, I think we do it. I think it's fine to say okay here. Since the 1/1 flyer can be very useful to block off this Frostwalla in case he gets too much damage in. And it also powers up the Silmgar Scavenger, so that's also a fine consideration. One's gonna go all in here, okay. The Frostwall doesn't have trample, so we will just chump block here, if possible. Opponent just passes, he could have a counter spell. I guess this 1/1 can also help. So do I play the Scavenger? Main phase? Maybe I do. Since he's all tapped out, I don't know what he has here. Yeah, we'll just play a main phase. Since if one of these two creatures die and he has a trick, we can still, don't think I exploit. So no, we don't exploit. Play out our Cabal Therapist as the OK blocker, move to attacks. Made phasing everything. And we are one off, but that's fine. I think we should be okay on the ground, especially with these scavengers. If we lose any one of these creatures, we still get some. Oh, it's probably just Strix here. Yeah, it's probably the Blizzard Strix. What can you do? Okay, which is a very good card. You'll still trade for the Strix, I guess. But he does it to the ninjutsu creature. Okay. Alright, we still have a good number of blockers up, of course. We are at 6, so we should be careful, but with these decent amount of blockers, we should be okay. As long as he doesn't have, like, the 1-mana buyback spell. I guess he have a reprobation here, which I don't care about, so I can happily trade off this Scavenger. And a Rhyme Tenor to untap his land. Let's see what he has. And a Onirophage, okay. That's a decent ground blocker. So we'll say go, and then we have the Eraza Smoke Shapers, of course, to give our creatures indestructible. Okay, I don't think we sacrifice, no. The Rank Officer can be pretty decent as well, since it can exile. But for now, I think we're okay moving to attacks. And what do we attack with? Probably the Scavenger. I'm fine maybe attacking with even a Chump Blocker, maybe. Since I can give things indestructible in ninjutsu, which can be really strong. The opponent is at 4. So I think he needs to at least block 2 of these. So we'll move the attacks with all. See what he does. And the opponent is tapped out, so I don't think I care too much. Okay, let's see. So that's 3. Alright, we will move to ninjutsu steps. Hit okay. I guess the opponent is dead anyways, since now we can just do this. Alright, easy victory. The opponent didn't seem too difficult. He did have some scary creatures and snow creatures he could tap down for, but we managed to steal the game pretty nicely. I should edit the deck. I think I need to take out a Phantom Ninja, since it is a very slow card. It has evasion, but I think that a second Throat Seeker might actually be better since we're going 9/8. And I think we should be okay going 9/8 here with the islands, with 9 swamps and... no, 9 islands and 8 swamps. Since I have all these defiles, I don't really want to be down any swamps, since this is going to get a little bit worse. So yeah, let's try it without a single Phantom Ninja with double Throat Seeker, and let's see how well it plays for our second round. I won the die roll. Yes, I obviously want to play. Not the most amazing hand. Like, we have a Phantom Ninja we can cast. Maybe a Smoke Shroud. We do need to hit our black, but can I afford to mulligan this? I don't think so. Since I do want to, don't want to go down the card, especially on the play. So I think it's a fine keep. Might be wrong. Maybe it's fine going down 6, but we are the aggressor. And again, going down on cards if you're on the play is really bad. Okay. Well, opponent's also in blue, so we'll see what he's playing. Blue-red, okay. So it's the draw. Blue-red draw. Seems to make a lot of sense. Alright, now I guess we deployed a ninja and we are stuck in islands. So, yep. Still haven't drawn a swamp. And we are going 9-8. So it's just the luck, the variance wasn't there. Fountain of Ichor on the splash. Okay, that's pretty interesting. If he plays nothing, what do? I think we just... Triple Islands is not what we want, but I guess now we can Smoke Shroud to maybe get in there for 3. And maybe we can kind of just win with this Lonesome Phantom Ninja. So we'll move the tax. Just need a single black source, to be honest. Don't know why he could have a string of disappearance, I guess. But I guess then that does set me behind on tempo, obviously. And even if the Smoke Shroud leaves the battlefield, I can still just recast the ninja and it automatically enchants. So we'll just attack here for 3. Hopefully this Phantom Ninja can maybe steal the game here. And would love a swamp, please, off the top. Someone, please give me a swamp. And the opponent is just going off rainbow colors here. It could be a little bit scary. Hopefully we don't. And you could have like, ooh, a Trumping Herd. That's a very good card. So it'd be nice if I can pick up a Swamp here, since I can maybe cast the Throat Seeker to start gaining some life. But now I guess we can play a Fairy Seer who can help us scry. So yeah, why not? Well, main phase. And I don't want any of these, so I think I'll bottom this one first. Yep, and then I will bottom this other card. So definitely drawing all my islands, but no swamps, so definitely getting really punished here. And yeah, these Trumping Herds are definitely going to hurt, so to speak. It is a little bit odd going splashing for Trumping Herd, a double green card with in red and blue, so I don't know what the opponent is thinking, but giving him all this time is bad, so just take 3 here, and I think that's okay. We are winning the race at the moment. And he could maybe keep up Counterspell, I guess. And a Deep Forest Hermit. Okay, that's a very powerful card. And he might just kill us very shortly, so we do need to kind of deal with this. And another Swamp. Definitely not doing... Island, not doing good. I think we'll keep the Island in our hand this time. How much is he going to do? Yeah, I don't think we're winning this. I think we'll just concede. Yeah, I'm not going to try to face an opponent if I don't have a single Swamp. So we will begin sideboarding. Making sure we have swamps. 1 swamp, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I guess we're still at 7 swamps. Yeah, I guess we didn't save the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I guess we didn't adjust it. No wonder. So now we can add an extra swamp here. And then now we can submit the deck. So definitely going 10-7 really hurts. In that last game. So I will definitely save it out better next time. Opponent's going 5 color shenanigans with a D-Force Hermit on the splash. A little bit interesting. So I guess the whole game plan is just to be really aggressive against the opponent and hopefully don't allow him to draw all of his lands for him to cast his multicolor shenanigans. So we will decide to be on the play here. And yeah, not a great hand. All these lands, I think this is fine mulliganing, especially on the play. And this is a little bit better with the Fairy Seer, and we can bottom perhaps an island. We will bottom an island. Play on island. Now we can scry for maybe a ninja on top. I don't want any of these, unfortunately. So we'll put them both on the bottom. Even there's no point in playing keeping a cycling land in hand when we are going to bottom it. It's almost exactly like drawing it. And the lava darts. Okay, that's a really nice sideboard card. Guess we can cycle this Lonely Sandbar end of turn, which I will. I guess I could just cycle it now since it's 1 blue, and maybe I get a nice 1-drop. And then, okay, I get another island, so definitely flooding here. And the opponent's just giving the opponent enough time to play his multicolored stuff. And another land. Okay, so this game is not working out for us. We're flooding out. We have to mull down to 6, and then we're still flooding. The opponent's giving us all the time in the world, basically, to deploy our hand, but the game just doesn't like us. So now, Swamp is, well, where were you a million years ago? But that doesn't matter. We'll just cast the rank officer. And then use his ability. Yes. We will discard, doesn't matter. Discard the Swamp since we might need the island for an Archmage's Charm. And hopefully we can pressure the opponent. We can even exile the Fairy Seer to deal 2 damage if we need to. Definitely a weak 4-drop. And the flooding is not great. I swear I'm running 2 cycling lands, so I think 17 is still fine in this deck. Alright, is he going to play his Trumpeting Herd for double green? And Aria of Flame, okay. Each opponent gains 10 life when we cast an instant sorcery. Play verse counter on it, deals damage equal to the number of verse counters. Not a big fan of that card. I think that card's a little bit weird. I guess he might just be playing lots of sorceries on thin ice to exile the rank officer. That's nice. I guess he exiles the zombie. Don't understand why. I can still use the rank officer. So I don't understand that. And it's pretty embarrassing losing to this type of deck. And then we can move to combat. The flood is real. And even even using this, I guess we'll now exile something from our graveyard to deal 2 damage at least to the opponent's face. I guess he had the flashback anyways, so. And now a D-Force Hermit with a double green splash. This game is just about over. And if I draw a land, I'm conceding. Okay, maybe I can gain a little bit of life. So, yep, we'll move the tax. Don't know if I need my land, but I guess I can hide it for information. Yeah, I think I'm conceding this. There's no way we're winning. Not with a Deep Force Hermit at this point. It was just a really unfortunate game, to be honest. So hopefully we will just edit our deck and get rid of these 10 annoying swamps, islands, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, let's get rid of an island. Add a basic swamp. And I think 17 lands is still fine. Cutting a Phantom Ninja, and hopefully our third game Make sure we save our deck, obviously, and then hopefully our dirt game can kind of give us a win here, so we can get some tickets back to play more Modern Horizons draft. We should find an opponent soon. Lost the die roll, we are on the draw. Alright, that's unfortunate, but we do have a turn 1 Cabal Therapist. No ninjutsu cards, no blue. Smite Helix, I get a Throw Seeker. I think we might keep this. It's not amazing, but it's definitely playable. So I think I'll keep. Fairy Seer. Okay, the opponent's also playing a ninjutsu deck. So definitely going to be a bit annoying, this matchup. And if he gets an Ingenious Infiltrator, we will be in trouble. Could just kill it. It's not a bad idea, but don't think turn 1 is very... I mean, he could get the Ingenious Infiltrator, but I guess I can still kill it later. So I think it's fine developing the Cabal Therapist. And I could sack this, of course. Think he has it? Nope, the Watcher for Tomorrow is excellent. Alright. Alright, now the question is, do I sack this Cabal Therapist pre-combat? That is a good question. I could also use as a blocker for this Watcher. Guess I have a... I could sack this, but maybe I just ninjutsu out this Eraza Smoke Shaper to deal some damage. I could also just attack, of course, and leave up the file, but that doesn't seem too proactive. I think we just need to get the Smoke Shaper out here just to deal some damage right away. Yeah, we just need to start poking at the opponent. Opponent already played a Watcher of Tomorrow, however, so he definitely seems to maybe have a more powerful blue-black deck, and a Bizarre Trade Mage. That's a interesting card to be playing. He does lose cards, so I'm not a big fan of it. And a swamp and an island off the top, that's perfect. I think I'm fine bouncing this Bizarre Trade Mage, since it puts him off tempo, and essentially it makes him lose more cards. And then now we can get in there with the ninja. Recast it again, okay. It does help him search, but again, he needs to go down a card. He needs to discard 3, so it's not that great. Guess he managed to get some value by discarding a Smoke Shroud, so that's not bad. But just discarding 3 can be very detrimental sometimes. And he discarded his own Mana War and a mob. So yeah, let's see what the opponent does here. Do I care if I trade off for his Watcher? I don't really want to give him a card, to be honest. But I could get in there for 2 next turn. I take 3. Yeah, I'll take it for now. I don't want to really give the opponent a card by killing off his Watcher. Could play Island. I guess I can play out the Throat Seeker and maybe force him to block the Smoke Shaper. There's a chance he doesn't block the Smoke Shaper, but I think he obviously will, even if I play out the Throat Seeker, so I think I'll attack with both. We'll see what the opponent does. Alright. Okay, the opponent does not block. That's quite interesting. He is back. He is behind, so I think I'll keep it up like this, and no need to play out the Cabal Therapist. I think we just keep everything. Just keep the file up in case the opponent has something here. Didn't miss out on 3 life, but I think if I played, he would have just done it anyways. So we'll just take 3. Could just defile here. I don't think so. Ooh, a Moonblade Shinobi. That's excellent. Huh. Guess I can play the snow-covered island, the swamp, and I could just attack here and guess he can kill off my Throat Seeker. If I don't know if I want to actually defile a Watcher for tomorrow, since I do want to save it for this Bizarre Trade Mage. So I think I'll just move the tax. And I'm fine maybe just attacking with a Smoke Shaper and Mana War. I mean, this isn't bad, to be honest, since I am kind of ahead. And I don't care about gaining life, so I think I'll attack with all, and we'll see what happens. And then now I guess it's fine ninjutsuing the Mana War to deal some damage and to get back this Mana War to out-tempo the opponent. This is an ability, so he can't counter it, so we'll see what he does here. Okay, opponent does get a card, but we do have I guess we did gain life from it, so that's not bad. So the Throat Seeker definitely did a lot of work, so now we can just cast the Cabal Therapist. Hit OK, say go. Okay, he's using this to cycle, I guess. Sure. Save the defile for something even scarier. Alright, and we got that game. Opponent did seem kind of scary in the opening hand with the Fairy Seer, but Bizarre Trade Mage did set him back by making him discard all his great removal spells. So we are on the draw. Currently no 1-drops, but this can be a fine hand if we get a second island for the Phantom Ninja. So, I mean, it's quite expensive, so maybe we do mulligan. I do want to have some early game, obviously. The Moonblade's not going to be cast unless I ninjutsu for this for 3. I need the other island for the Phantom Ninja, which I don't know if I will get. I mean, with the Smiting Helix, it could just be fine. So I think I'll keep. Could be wrong, but just an island or a nice 1-drop can be decent here. And we're never lucky, so don't think this game likes us sometimes. And a Watcher for tomorrow, excellent 2-drop. Just being able to get a free card with a 2/1 body is excellent. It's also a great first pick. Alright, think we'll cycle this Baronmore since this seems pretty bad. So we will cycle this. And what do we get? A Fairy Seer, finally, a playable. Alright, so we finally have a game going. Oh, and these are all good, but I don't think we can cast Archmage's Charm anytime soon. I think the Defile is kind of like what we need. So I'll put this on top, and I will definitely put this on the bottom, and we will say go. Definitely not trading. Ooh, a Smoke Shroud, so he's probably going to keep this up as a blocker. Yeah, okay, so he's not, so I think I'm fine taking 3 here. The opponent is looking to be quite aggressive. He did seem to have missed a land drop, so luckily it doesn't seem like we are that behind, so what we can do now is play out the swamp, move the combat, attack, declare the attackers, then we will ninjutsu this powerful Moonblade Shinobi. Get in there, Moonblade, and make a 1/1 flyer, which is really nice. I think his plan is to maybe ninjutsu the Watcher when he attacks to basically draw cards off of it. I mean, he would need to play another land here. The only thing he can really ninjutsu out is perhaps a okay, never mind. So he keeps everything back. I guess now I can Smiting Helix for free. I could also just Defile and play Phantom Ninja, which isn't bad. But the Smiting Helix is just on curve, so I think I don't mind using it here. It's just mana efficient. Opponent could respond with his own Defile, killing my Moonblade Shinobi, obviously, but I do need to get this out of the way. And a Phantasmal Form, sure. Guess that dodges it. Sure, okay, we can move to combat. I think I'm fine attacking with the Illusion now. If he wants to trade, that's fine. At least I baited out the Phantasmal Form, but... And I still have a Defile in my hand that can deal with this. So it's not all that bad, I imagine. Opponent attacks. Do I block here? Could have his own ninjutsu guy, but that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care if he ninjutsus. He does get value out of this, but he's not developing his lands or anything, so. And you only leave behind the flyer token. I am ahead in the race. So yeah. I think that's fine. Guess now he can play out a string of disappearance, maybe. Okay, so here I guess the play is to attack. Could play the Silmgar Scavenger, of course. But maybe Scrying is better and keeping up the file against this new Moonblade. So we'll move the attacks. Fine attacking with both, and he can trade off the illusions if you want to. And he blocks the ninja, sure. So now we can play Island, cast a Fairy Seer, scry 2. And a Throat Seeker and another Scavenger as well. It's not bad. The Throat Seeker can give me some life, but I think my ninjas are going to be blocked for the most part. I do have a Scavengers already, so I don't know how high I want to prioritize it since it costs so much mana. But it can be decent. Throat Seeker can be a way to climb ahead, so I don't hate it. So I think I will keep the Throat Seeker on top, and then we will bottom this Scavengers. I mean, it is a playable, but again, it is pretty slow, so we'll bottom it, and we will say go. Opponent plays a Mana War, Sure, and what does he use the Mana War on? Bouncing the Fairy Seer. Okay, we could just defile this Moonblade Shinobi in response. And hopefully he doesn't have any tricks. He does, of course, get back the Witness, the Watcher of Tomorrow, whatever you call it. And he does get a free card on top, but I think it's okay. Sure, we'll just keep playing here. Right, so now what? Maybe the Scavenger can get in for 3, which isn't bad. And I can exploit it, since this illusion seems pretty useless now. And I can also play Fairy Seer first, so I think I'll do that. Since the Scry 2 is very powerful. Don't think I need a Venomous Changeling. Again, we aren't looking to block, so I think I'll put that in the bottom the island as well. I could just make a giant Scavenger, but it could be bad against a tempo play. But I'll definitely cast it here. What does this do? Whenever another creature you control dies, if it gains haste until end of turn if it exploited that creature. Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll sacrifice this illusion. Guess we can move to combat, and if he trades, yeah, I'll let him trade, since if he ninjutsus out the 2/2, that can be quite scary, especially if he can just replay it. Here, I'll just make a big Scavengers. The opponent just lets it happen, interesting. So he definitely wants to save the Mana War to bounce it back. So I think I might just block with the Illusion token next turn as well. So we'll see. There's obviously something going on. Could just chump. So I don't want him getting back the Illusion token, since it's going to be pretty annoying. So I think it's fine just blocking the Illusion and then just say go. And if he wants to ninjutsu away the Watcher of Tomorrow, that's fine as well. Sure, but I definitely don't want him getting back the Mana War. Opponent could have some removal spell off the top that can be pretty annoying. But this Scavengers is pretty difficult for him to deal with at the time being. And a Smoke Shroud, excellent. But I think this turn we just deploy maybe our 3-drops. So I think I'll play out the Throat Seeker first. And I don't think there's any need to basically keep anything back. I guess I could keep the Fairy Seer back. It's not a bad idea. So we'll just move to attacks here. Could have a removal spell and a Choking Tethers. Sure. Tapping down the Scavengers. Okay. I think I attack with both. Nah, I think we're fine just attacking with the Moonblade Shinobi. If he wants to chump, that's fine. Okay. The Phantom Ninja is pretty good here. Could just block this Moonblade and use the Fairy Seer to block the Mana War. That's actually not a bad idea either, since we can prevent ninjutsu from happening. The Fairy Seer doesn't seem useful anymore since I don't have any more ninjas. And we win the match. Okay. Well, yeah, did pretty nicely. We got 100 play points back. We can fire off more Modern Horizons. 2 wins, 1 loss. The second game was just very unfortunate. So let's do better next time. But in the meantime, have a wonderful day, guys. Take care.